Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a video on my pregnancy essentials, showing you what I have been using to help me get through this pregnancy. Some of you guys have requested, I've seen it down in the comment section where you guys have been asking about it as well, and I would be happy to show you guys what I have been using. Now I've gone ahead and tried to arrange these, like, I guess in terms of like from what I thought were my essentials from the first trimester now into my second trimester, because I am now 21 weeks today actually. And I thought I'll just go through and show you what I needed from the beginning and until now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you are an avid viewer, like I've always said, don't forget to hit the like button, as well as leave a comment down below. And let me know if any of these things were a staple for you in your pregnancy. So forgive me for the angle of this. I'm just trying to do my best. So I'm gonna get started. From the first trimester, one of the things I'm gonna say is was my staple was these clear blue tests. After discovering that I was pregnant, I think I went ahead and used one of these first. I think it may have been a dollar store one. After I discovered I was pregnant, I continued to use these to test my line progression, because you know, I was pregnant at home during the whole craziness that was taking place. And even though my pregnancy was still so early, you know, getting a doctor's appointment and all that stuff wasn't as easy. So using these clear blue pregnancy tests were really helpful throughout the first semester. Were they essential? Probably not, but they were essential to my mental health, I guess, to my well-being, and just ensuring that it wasn't a chemical pregnancy, and just ensuring that things were progressing well on from my end. As my pregnancy was developing, I was one of those women that this is gonna be a little TMI, that obviously had like the pregnancy discharge, which is something that they always say is like well, they say not to go by it as exactly signs of being pregnant, because our bodies as women does go through these different changes, and we do have similar discharges at different times of the month, but it could be a hint that you are pregnant. So for me, after discovering I was pregnant, that was very much there. And so an essential product for me that I needed was these Carefree liners. I'm not gonna say this is the only brand that I use. I definitely use the Costco brand, but because I forgot to pick it up when I went grocery shopping, I ended up having to pick up this brand elsewhere. And yeah, liners, it's just liners in general. Liners are like essential, because as your pregnancy progresses, like I said, if you're one of those women that do get discharged, which from what I've heard majority do, you will be prone to getting this stuff. It does get heavier, and you just don't want to keep soiling your undergarments, and you also just don't want to, you know, you can change it without having to have like an odor, and it's not like there usually is, but you know what I mean? You can change your liner, and just feel fresh throughout the day and things of that kind. So guys, one of the next things on my list is this water bottle that I actually picked up at Indigo Chapters. It's more of like a canister, and that's why I really like it, because it keeps my water super cool, and I'm then inclined to drink more water throughout the day, as opposed to if I was just drinking from a standard water bottle that didn't have like a cooling it's like a cooling mechanism. So this is definitely essential, because when you're pregnant, you need to drink lots and lots of water. Next thing for me that is definitely essential is Materna. And I guess I could have started off with this one, because I was already taking prenatal vitamins prior to getting pregnant, because I was actively trying, and they say that it's good to take it ahead of time. However, I was not taking this brand, so that's why I guess I left it until here. I was taking another brand, and as my pregnancy developed, and this was like the earliest I ever got morning sickness. As soon as I hit like 3.5 weeks, I was already feeling nauseous. And the other brand that I was taking was really, really hard to swallow. You ever heard the saying, it was a tough pill to swallow? That pill was really tough to swallow. And when I took it, I didn't feel so good, even though I took it with my meals and stuff. So I had to switch to Materna. And these are a little bit smaller, and they were easier to digest. I don't know why, but they worked. And so this was definitely essential for me. It was more of a lifesaver, really, because I need to take them. So I'm taking the vitamins for the baby. But if I wasn't taking these, I'd probably have to find something that I can take, you know what I mean? Because the other ones were not working. Okay, so moving on. As my pregnancy continued to develop again in my first trimester, I would say about week 7, 8, and up. Hormonally, my body just was going through so much. My face was breaking out. My lips were super dry. It was like summer. It was like, okay, it was like spring progressing into summer. And I'm like, why am I feeling so dried out? Because it's good weather. It's not like it's winter. Winter does that stuff to your body. So an essential thing that I used to use on my face is this daily facial moisturizer by Cetaphil, and I use this because it doesn't have any chemicals in it. I actually alternated between this and coconut oil. I still do use a lot of coconut oil on my face. Those were my staple, because I was having these like little bumps and stuff, and I didn't want to put anything that irritated it. My face has cleared up a lot in like second trimester. It's like, I feel everyone's been saying the glow, and at first I was like, oh, thank you, you're so sweet, but now I'm actually seeing the glow myself, and I'm like, okay, come through. So yeah, this was definitely an essential, and this goes hand in hand with that too. This is just a Nivea lip balm. My lips were as dry as heck. I was struggling. They were just so dry. I had a hard time keeping them hydrated, but this stuff actually works. I don't know why, because it's not like chapstick. Chapstick was actually not doing it for me. So yeah, this was an essential and it worked. So rolling into second trimester, this is the stage where my bump is already starting to grow and things are starting to look a little different. Let me show you what my staples were. Guys, so one of the things for me in the from the first trimester towards the end, as my belly started growing, I started feeling uncomfortable in our bed, and so I needed to use a body pillow. And at first I was just using the long leg body pillow. It is a body pillow for pregnant women, but it was not like a fancy one. It's just straight, and I was using that for a while, but then it stopped working, and then I had to go out and invest into this fancy C pillow. So it looks like that. It's a C, full on C. It can make this shape, and it can literally curl. Okay, can you see me? Hi. Yeah, this pillow has been a lifesaver in my second trimester because it's so soft. B, it just allows my body to, it like curls around my body, so it provides supports in an area that I wasn't getting support before. I have to say, it does go hand in hand with like a new purchase in the second semester, in my second trimester here. One of the new purchases that I bought was like a pillow top to go on top of my mattress. So that is, I guess, basically a pregnancy essential, because we wouldn't have bought it otherwise. But I was so uncomfortable, my hips were hurting, and so I ended up investing in one of those as well. But this has been like the biggest lifesaver because I can rest my head on it. I wrap it in a way, I basically lay in the C, and I can wrap a section around my leg, but it's more like a backward C. Because yeah, the open part's at the back, and my belly can lean a little bit on the edge, and I can get knee support between my legs, and it was definitely worth the investment. It was about $80 off of Amazon. If you guys are pregnant and you're interested in that, I'll link this down below to show you guys, for you guys to be able to find it, because it is the biggest lifesaver ever. So next, in terms of essential, as my stomach started to grow, I started using my bio oil, which is something I swore by with all my other pregnancies. The only thing is I haven't been using it diligently. I forget it all the time, but I've been using this, and I consider it essential because I've used it in all my other pregnancies and I didn't really develop any stretch marks. You guys can see my tummy in, I don't know, in another video. You will actually see it from the thumbnail. You'll see my stomach, and you can click on that video because I show you my stomach full on, and I didn't really get any stretch marks even though I've had 4 kids, and my stomach got huge. So I definitely attribute it to using stuff like that. I also have been alternating between this stuff. This is the Palmer's Cocoa, I can't speak. This is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter, and it smooths marks and tones skin. I can count the number of times I've used it. I haven't been using it as diligently as I should be, but these two have been kind of a staple of mine. I tend to use this one during the mornings just because I tend to forget to use my oils, and it's not until I'm like brushing my teeth and washing my face that I'm like, oh, I should moisturize my tummy, and then I don't want to go to bed with like a greasy belly, so I don't necessarily apply it, because even though it's an oil, it doesn't necessarily like absorb fully. Like I feel like I'm gonna rub it off on my pillow, and I don't want to do that. So I find that I will just use a little bit of this. So another thing, guys, has been like maternity wear. I have purchased a few things for sure, but some of the things I've definitely been loving that are essential to me are these t-shirts by Thai Maternity. They just fit really comfortable, and I just love how long they are, that they fit like over the rump area and they just cover my bump. They feel like they're gonna fit for a while to come, so I really enjoy that. And then the next are these pants that I picked up from H&M. Now these are capris, and my favorite part is just the fact that they go over your bump. I love the pants that go over because I just don't like things that may roll or sit like halfway on your tummy awkwardly. I've encountered a lot of mishaps with those, so I prefer when it can fit over your bump, and they're super comfortable and they hit right below the knee. Okay guys, so last but not least, a part of my essential, I know I'm gonna be so vain right now and say one of my essential has been this Maybelline Fit Me, which is the lid's on. It says Fit Me on the back, but this is what the front looks like. And this is the matte poreless one. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna claim this as an essential because for the first several months while I was at home, it was quarantine. There wasn't much to do. There wasn't many places to go. And it's not like there's still a lot of that, but I find that even putting myself together, now that I'm out of the woods and feeling better, it just makes me feel so much better, and I feel like myself. I don't feel completely like lost. I'm not saying I'm not me without makeup, but I'm saying that it just helps me to feel, you know, still glamorous or nice and put together and just the part. And so it's an essential for me because it just helps to remind me that I'm still myself outside of a pregnancy. But it's a big part of my journey. And then last but not least are my diabetes essentials, which I will be showing and explaining to you guys in another video, just about what all these things are used for. And yeah, just to explain it to you guys, because I know a few of you guys have asked about what I'm taking, what I'm using, and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a big like and leave a comment down below. And until next time, guys, much love.